Okay, hello everybody. Let's begin. How are you doing? Is everybody good? Hello Max teacher. Hello to you. Hello Duke and Ying Juan and everybody else and Cherry. How are you doing? It's Thursday nights. Welcome back to this live stream where we talk about English, little mini English lessons, mostly to do with IELTS, because IELTS is a very popular exam for studying if you want to study abroad. But I think anything, if you're just interested in learning English, then this is a nice little 5 or 10 minutes way to do some English during the day. Okay, my name is Max. I'm from戴尔美语Dell English here in Taichung, but there's Dell schools all over Taiwan, and we teach lots of English tests and programs, but one of the big ones that I like to teach is called IELTS. Hi, I wish I knew your name. It's good to see you too. I can't read these Chinese characters. Hi Mandy, hi Emily. Those are names I can read. Okay, nice to see everyone. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. I'm Sunny. There we go. Yeah, tell me your name. Hi Sunny. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. So this is just a little 10 minutes lesson. So listen up. Today we'll be talking about IELTS Writing Part 2. Last week we spoke about IELTS Writing Part 1. Today we're going to talk about IELTS Writing Part 2. We don't have lots of time, so I'm just going to give you a very little quick introduction to it. And in future lessons we'll talk more about it. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'll even show you an example, and we might have a question. In fact, before we begin, I actually got a question last week from somebody, from one of you, but we didn't get time to do it. So let's do it today. Let's do it right now. I think the person who asked the question is a Miss Lai. So thanks, Miss Lai, for this question. The question is, and this is a good question, so listen carefully, everyone. Do you have any advice to those who have no idea how to begin a good writing essay? So do you have any advice about what to do if the student has no idea how to start a good writing essay? Hi Tina, hi Quella. That's a nice name, interesting name. Okay, so what is my answer to that? So if you need to do writing in an exam and you have no idea what to do, or you're just starting to study writing, you don't know how to even begin, I guess my advice is to look at examples of other people's writing. Try to find examples. That's not very easy because how do you find that? So you can find some on the internet, but you have to be careful because the internet is full of, you know, good ones and bad ones. But anyway, I think you can generally try to find like where a teacher, somebody who's trying to teach IELTS, has given their example, not where a student has submitted their example. Okay, so try to find where a teacher has described a question and then they've put on the internet, on their websites, a sample of the answer. And that will help you. If you read those, that'll just help you get a better idea of what's expected of you. And then in some books, you also get, they put the answer where all the answers are at the back, and there should be some sample essays that you can look at. So I know those Cambridge IELTS books, they always put sample answers at the back. So if you look at those, you should get an idea of what's expected of you. And I think that's a great way just to start, because then you know, okay, this is what I need to do over the next few months. Yeah, it's a good starting point. All right, so that's my advice. If you have no idea about anything about writing, what's the first thing you should do? Look at some samples so you know what you're getting into here. All right, I think it'll be helpful. Of course, the other thing you can do is join a cram school. Come to Dell English and join our IELTS writing classes, and maybe we can see each other and say hi in person. Here's a question. I'm writing to ask about how to improve IELTS from 5.5 to 6.5 points. Which part should I prepare first? That is a big question. I'm not sure how to answer that because there's so many answers here. So you're talking about all IELTS. So 5.5, so this student, he's on 5.5, or she, I'm not sure, she's on 5.5 and she wants to get to 6.5. So just by the way, like that's a big jump. So first of all, just don't think that that'll be a quick thing. That might take you months. That might take you even 6 months of really hard studying. So maybe like 3 to 6 months. So you got to practice. You got to train. I would say join a class. Yeah, and really try to make it a big priority in your life. And then, you know, the more focus you put on it, the quicker you'll get to 6.5. Which part should I prepare first? I don't think there is something you should do first. Like, they all together, you just generally get better at English. As your writing gets better, your speaking will get better. And as your speaking gets better, your reading will get better. And yeah, reading is the main thing. If you can read well, then you understand words more. And if you understand more words, then you should be able to write better and speak better. So I think reading and listening are kind of like the fundamental skills. So yeah, get going with that. But yeah, so 5.5 to 6.5, that's a big challenge, but you can do it. You can definitely do it. It just takes a bit of time and effort, and sort of, you know, it's like an athlete preparing for a race. You got to do it, and you got to do it, and you got to do it. Be strict. All right, everyone, we're going to move on to today's topic, which is, like I mentioned, it is, we're going to talk a little bit about writing part 2. I'm saying that wrong. It's writing task 2. Writing task 2. So, okay, good. I hope that helped. Okay, so writing task 2. And so what is writing task 2? What questions might you get in writing task 2? So remember, in task 1, usually you got a graph or a table or a bar chart or something like that, and it's kind of boring and it's like data. Well, in task 2, it's a little bit more nicer. It's a bit more creative, and you can sort of, you have more freedom to write whatever you want. But obviously you have to, there's a certain structure that you should follow, okay? So in task 2, you get given a question, which is usually called it's kind of like an argumentative question, kind of like a debate. So you're going to be given a question which sort of makes you have to choose, like, is it this way or is it that way? And why is it not that way? And why do I think it's this way? And why do they think it's that way? And okay, so it's like a argumentative essay. It's like an argument. But there's different kinds of questions. So you get, well, before we get to the questions, the topics might be maybe something about different cultures, or even, yeah, like should cultures integrate or should they be separated? Maybe something about like globalization, like the world is a globalized place nowadays. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Or maybe it's something about education, like some people believe blah, blah, blah about education, while other people believe da, da, da about education. Which one do you think is right? Maybe it's something like we should go to university, or it's not necessary. Other topics might be about like art or sports, or maybe often they're about like the internet or sort of modern society, like how has the internet changed the way we do things and parts of our life. Okay, and so usually you need to sort of be able to argue the positive or the negative about these things, or both. Okay, so those are the topics that might come up, and there's lots of topics. That was just a small example. And then the question you get is sort of like a statement, and so you get different types of questions. Usually the sort of easy-ish one, or the normal one, is some people believe ABC while other people believe XYZ. Okay, and so discuss both views and give your opinion. So you need to write why some people believe ABC, and you need to write why some people believe XYZ and give your opinion. Other questions are, they give you a statement like the cats are better than dogs. And then the question is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? I disagree with that. Dogs are better. Send me some likes if you are a dog person. Ooh, that's quiet. Okay, send me some likes if you're a cat person. Let's see who wins. I think it's dogs. Okay. Dogs. All right, we're dog lovers. Okay, here we go. All right. So discuss both views and give your own opinion. Agree or disagree. And then you might get a question where they say discuss the advantages and disadvantages. That's another type of question. You might get a question where they say what caused this? Like, what is the cause of this? And what are some solutions? For example, nowadays, more and more people are becoming, I don't know, it could be overweight, and what caused this? Or more and more people are becoming maybe depressed or something, and what caused this? So nowadays, more and more people are becoming too busy and too tired. What are the reasons, and how can we solve this? Okay, so that's another type of question. So there's a few types of questions, but those two that I first mentioned, those are the most common. And today we're just going to look at an example of the first one, which is where they give you the question and it says some people believe da 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 da, while other people believe the opposite. Discuss both views and give your own example. So here's an example. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Okay. So here's an example over here. We're going to look at it starting over here. Some people say history is one of the most important school subjects. Okay, so some people believe that history is very, very important. Other people, so this other group, think that in today's world, subjects like science and technology are more important than history. So other people believe that history is not so important, and actually science and technology are more important. Okay, so that's what the situation is. So what's the question? The question is discuss both of these views and give your own opinion. So how does your essay look when you get a question like this? We're not going to talk about what we need to do in this, like we're not going to talk about the answer. Basically, I just want to show you how that looks. So the first thing you'll need to do is write a good introduction, sort of explaining the situation, that there's some people believe that history is very important, while other people believe that science and technology is more important. You'll also need to you'll also need to write 2 strong paragraphs explaining what these people believe and also what these people believe. So you'll need to think of reasons why history is an important subject at school. So that's quite difficult. Like I think we all agree history is important, but why? Okay, so we'll need to think of ideas for that. And then in the second paragraph, we'll need to think of why history is not so important and science and technology is much more important. And I think that's, if you agree or not, it's still easier to find reasons for that, because we can say like, oh, well, nowadays all the jobs are science and technology, and we're in modern times, and everything is about science and technology, and nothing really needs history, but we definitely need science and technology. So we can think of lots of reasons for that. And then finally, in the conclusion, you would write your own opinion. So what do you think? Which side do you agree with? Or maybe you're kind of in the middle somewhere. So I'm just going to show you this example. And I just want to show you, this is the structure of a task 2 essay. So like I said, introduction, 1 main paragraph explaining the one side of the argument, a second main paragraph explaining the second side of the argument, and then a conclusion. And so in task 2, this is it. Every essay is going to be like that. Introduction, 2 main paragraphs, and a conclusion. Every single time. Okay, so when you write an essay, that is the structure. That's what it looks like. So now you know. All right, so when the question is discuss both views, it's quite easy to just go, okay, opinion 1 here in this paragraph and opinion 2 in the second paragraph, with an introduction and a conclusion sandwiching it. Okay, I've got a question here. So in agree or disagree question, if I agree with the topic, should I give the reason of why I'm not, why I don't disagree? Should I give the reason of why I'm not disagree, or just focus on the reason of why I agree with the topic and write a lot of information to support it? Okay, so this is a good question, because in the agree or disagree questions, those are actually pretty difficult, because like I said, in the other question, discuss both views, it's quite easy to organize, but agree or disagree. So if I go back to this, what goes in these 2 paragraphs here? So do we go, okay, I agree with this thing, so I'm going to talk about why I agree with it here. So then what will go here? Do you write again, like why you agree with it? Or do you talk about why you disagree with it? And I think the answer is both. You could do both. So if you disagree with something, then you can think of reasons why people agree with it, and you can use those as reasons why you disagree with it. So something might have good things about it. So you can write all the things why you agree with it, and then to think of why you disagree with it, think of why people would oh, I'm confusing myself. Why people would disagree with it. Basically, yeah, if you want to find reasons why you like something, think of reasons why people do not like it, and that might help. Okay. It's a bit confusing, but don't worry, because that agree or disagree, we're going to talk about that more in another lesson, because that's a much more difficult sort of writing task, a writing question. So today we were just seeing the layout of the discuss both views. All right, but just remember, writing task 2, these 4 paragraphs, no matter what the question, that's what you should do. Okay, everybody, I think that's the end. Have you got any questions? Anything else? I hope that helps. We'll talk more about writing. Next week, we're going to come back to speaking. So next week, we'll have a speaking part 2 question. We'll talk more about speaking. And then I think we'll go back to writing, back to speaking, maybe some listening, maybe some reading. We're just going to jump around. So you must join us every week and you'll get a sort of overview of the whole of IELTS. All right, thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks all those people that came, and thanks everyone that said hello. I'm really happy to see you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you soon. Send us questions and send us all likes and comments, and we'll see you.